This is the Big Data BCS 061. In this, we are going to study about the big data. But before that, I want to introduce what are the challenges and why we are going to study the big data. So, if you look, the model has changed from our old era to the current era. So, before that, the information generated and consumed is a very different in comparison to the today environment. Before our source of information just only the newspaper or the TV, and we just watch it, but we are not able to send the information. But nowadays there is a two-way communication, so data is generated day by day. Here we are going to study how many data is generated in just 60 seconds. So this is the current data, you can say. So the main source of data generation is social media and messaging we are doing like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc. We are continuously watching all these things in the whole globe. So next is the communication. We do the communication also like the email and Zoom kind of things. After that, there is an e-commerce website. There is we buy something. For that, we need some data to maintain the record. Mobile and app, we download the app and use the information. Like you take the Netflix, Zomato, all these things is there. Internet of thing, as you know, the robotics come in the picture and the device are the integrated with each other. Like your washing machine is integrated with a mobile phone. There are so many things. Your smart cameras are integrated with your mobile phone. So there is exchange of the data in it. Now, what are the requirement to process this data? So as the data is increases, we have some process requirement. First is the cloud infrastructure. So as you can see, at present actively 10,000 plus physical server active hourly, 500 plus petabyte of storage developed daily. So all these are the some cloud infrastructure that we are doing current now. Processing power, you can say the equivalent to 1 million plus 1990 era computer, 50 plus exaflop of computing capacity, 15 plus million CPU core active at present. So daily storage need, you can say the 2.5 plus currently on bytes we required it. Cloud storage is increasing day by day as we are all using these things. So in internet traffic is also increases, the bandwidth is increases, data center network is also increases. So all these are the process required the process of this data. If you talk about the globe infrastructure supporting this, so there is some figure in front of you. So approx we are consuming at present 1% of global electricity. Energy consumption is also there. Data center we are required day by day to handle all this data. So there is a two kind of data is kind of the, you can say the data type distribution. One is structure, another is unstructured. Basically, there are these three types. Third one is semi-structure. If you discuss about the structure kind of data, it is a text-based basically or the relational database management system. But nowadays we are using the unstructured type of data where we use the WhatsApps. There we send the messages, send the audio, send the video, send the text file. So that is called the unstructured kind of data. If you see the 2015, then a structure is 20%, unstructured is 80%. Now slowly if you project it in 2025, a structure is approx the 5% data we are using and the unstructured is 95% data we are going to use. So here is a big data. Due to these challenges, we require the big data technology adoption. So all these are the technology in 2024. You can see for the cloud data lakes and the data governance, real-time processing, AI, ML, all this we require the big data kind of thing. So here is the unit we are going to propose as per the BCS 0.61. The first unit is the introduction to big data, where you study the types of the digital data like structure, unstructured, then history. We go to know then the V's like the volume, velocity, veracity kind of thing technology we are going. Security challenges, difference between the analysis versus reporting. So all these things we'll is going to study in the introduction to big data. So what is a big data? Big data definition, we have big data is the data whose scale, scales means the volume can be increased, diversity, a different kind of the type of the data, complexity, require new architecture, technique, algorithm and analytics to manage it and extract the value, hidden knowledge from it. So that is the big data. It is not just to store the data, it is just to also the particular understanding or information extract from it. So the scale is basically the volume. You can see we are increasing from terabyte, petabyte, exabyte to zettabyte. Now we are talking about the zettabyte. Day by day their growth is increasing now. So what are the challenges in handling the big data? Challenges, we have studied the technology as the bottleneck. We require the new technology, new algorithm and the new technical skill set people we required it. So growing demand of the data professional is here and the future projection in front of you. So as you can see in the table that the job openings in the year 2018 there is 5 lakhs and the qualified candidate is less and the gap day by day this gap is increasing now. So for that we require the future technical skill person in the big data. For that point of view that subject is also very important for you. Unit 2 basically work on the Hadoop and MapReduce. Hadoop is the basically the, you can say the framework that can used to process and manipulate and store the big data kind of the data where data is very uncertain or unstructured, semi-structured kind that we are and scaling out very rapidly. So MapReduce basically it is a framework that is used for the programming purpose. So that we will study in the unit 2. So here you can see the Hadoop, basically the history. It is started from one paper that is published by the dog cutting and the Mike Carefels and they are in the Google, they published it and the project was in 2004 is a notch and they have released the paper, Google released white paper on the MapReduce. Now slowly it is adopted by the Yahoo in 2007 and become the name on one of the toy that is played by the son of the dog cutting that is look like this, the symbol is this and it released, the Apache released their first version in 2011. So we get the Hadoop 1.0 in 2.7 and Hadoop 2.0 in 2.12 like this. 2.17 we have the Hadoop 3.0 and now we have current version is 3.0. So similarly they are going to add the component. So here is a roadmap where you can see the technology are used. They are introduced the new technology, new feature in the framework. So all this is the roadmap history. MapReduce, as we told that it is a programming model or pattern which Hadoop framework work. So it is store the big data by the Hadoop file system, that is in short we call say the HDFS. So next unit is a third unit is on the HDFS and Hadoop environment. So what is the Hadoop distributed file system? Basically this is a distributed file system where is the purpose of this is to store the data and it is written in the Java interface. So here we study the what are the size of the data, how it is stored, and the Hadoop environment we will study what kind of different kind of technologies or tool we are going to use in the Hadoop environment. So this is the HDFS, is the primary storage basically system in the Hadoop framework designed to store and process the data across it and store the data in a smaller block. And how it is stored, here is the a master slave kind of architecture that is called the HDFS architecture. Here you can see the name node is a master kind of node and data node is a slave kind of node. You can see the block there is study and we will read how to the person perform read and write. So all this we will study and there is a rack system where the data is stored. This is the Hadoop environment, or your all the units, basically the further unit 4 and 5 is deploy on this one. Here you can see there is HDFS, and the structured data is for that structured data we use the scoop, and Flume is used for unstructured and semi-structured kind of data. HDFS is a primary storage devices. Then Yarn is a different kind of the tools for the resource management. Similarly, we can at the top left you can see the map reduce for the programming purpose. There is a big scripting writing. There is a NoSQL HGBS, and there is a management and coordination by the zookeeper Mari. Or the scheduling we use, Spark. This we use. There are so many kind of the tools they are going to use in the next units. Now, Unit 4, that is a Hadoop ecosystem and Yarn, as we have discussed in the our previous slide. So here we will study the NoSQL database, MongoDB, Spark, and Scala. So scalable programming language, basically it is. So Hadoop ecosystem is a suite of the open source tool. It is a free for everyone, and framework that work together solve the problem for storing and processing the massive volume of data. So this is the main concept of the Hadoop system that we have seen what is the purpose of HDFF and MapReduce. Now let's go to the Yarn at another resource negotiator. So that you can see it here. So this is the basically used for the resource management purpose. The task is to manage all the resources, all the management thing is here, like MapReduce, Spark, and all the tools that you have seen in that, how they are managed properly. This is the working of the Yarn. We will study about this. There is a no SQL. There is not only SQL. Okay, as you know that we are not going to use the SQL. SQL is used in the basically relational database management system. So that we will know what kind of the features we use in the NoSQL database. MongoDB is also an open source documentation oriented NoSQL database. So here we learn the data types and all these things and discuss in your syllabus. Then Apache Spark is a unified open source in memory analytics engine, large scale data processing for analytics kind of things, and we use this Apache Spark because it was developed to address the limitation of MapReduce. MapReduce developed later, and after that, it was then the Apache Spark come into the picture. A scalable language is used for the object-oriented kind of functional and program. This we will studied in this unit 4. Now come on to unit 5. Again, there are few topics are left in the up to unit 4. That is the pig, hive, and edge base. And at last there is IBM big data strategy we will study. So as we have seen that what is the Hadoop ecosystem. So this is a Hadoop ecosystem. You can see there is an store for storage purpose. There is HDFS. Yarn is there for cluster resource management. MapReduce for data processing. HBS is Hadoop base for the also used for the data processing, and similarly, there are other features there. Pig is for scripting writing language. Manhot we will also study for the machine learning purpose. So all this feature is there. So what is Pig? Pig is a scripting language to creating the MapReduce programming. That is using Hadoop. Okay. And its goal is to allow developer to write complex data transformation without having to write the low-level Java MapReduce code. So we will study this in detail. There is Hive. Hive is a data warehouse infrastructure built for the Hadoop for data summarization, query analysis. So it is a very using language very similar to the SQL. HBase is a distributed scalable NoSQL database that run on the top of the Hadoop distributed system. And it is modeled after the Google's big table, design and provide the real time read and write random access to very large kind of table. Okay, zookeeper is also there. We call the zookeeper is the brain of the HBase cluster, providing reliable and consistent way to tackle the cluster state. Now at last topic is the IBM big data strategy. So it is a copyright from the IBM 2020 2012. Here you can see the IBM also proposed the big data kind of things. So it is a strategy diagram. There you can see the Hadoop system, stream computing, and the data warehouse kind of thing. So that is all over about the big data. So I hope you will adopt this subject. Um, thanks. Thank you.